Good evening. Suna nahi. Good evening. Yes. Friends, today we are here to discuss meditation. See, meditation is nothing new. I think most of you must be doing it already or are already in a very advanced stage of meditation. I would like to suggest this agenda. We will have breathing exercise, diet and substance abuse, and yogasans. You see, scientific meditation is not only meditation, it's lifestyle. And you cannot talk about only meditation without talking about diet, yogasan, and pranayam. But I will not dwell on these three because there are so many people who are already expert. Today I would like to focus on meditation. But just to make sure that the completeness is there, I have mentioned the other three. The most important in deep breathing exercise is using your diaphragm muscle. Friends, if you have seen a baby, an infant, the stomach is going up and down. As we grow up, like all other muscles, it becomes stiff. The diaphragm muscle, when it becomes stiff, we breathe shallow. So please try to use your stomach for breathing. I'm going to give a lot of takeaways and homework. You can make a note or maybe soft note. Use your stomach for breathing. Now, all of us know the air doesn't go in stomach as such, right? But when you push your stomach out and in, the diaphragm muscle goes up and down. Otherwise, it has become stiff and we hardly, fill up our lungs. Anyway, the pollution is there, so we don't get enough oxygen and we don't do deep breathing. So please do deep breathing. There's one more thing I would like to say is, I call it a mantra, that unless you measure, you cannot improve. So please measure your deep breathing. How do we do that? With your time, you can put a timer or on a mobile. In 1 minute, how many breath cycles you are taking? One inhalation, one exhalation, one. Another inhalation, another exhalation, two. Like that you count in 60 seconds. How many breath cycles you have? Write it down in your diary, a logbook, and see the progress. Suppose in a minute, for example, let's say there are 10 breath cycles. It should increase or decrease? Reduce. If it is 10, try to make it 9. Because breath has direct impact on emotion. It's an instant remedy of a person who is habitually becoming angry. Just take deep breaths, do this exercise, it will help a lot. The next I want to talk about is box breathing. Box breathing is when you inhale, you hold your breath, you exhale and hold your breath. Equal number of time. Let's say you inhale 10 seconds, hold it 10 seconds, exhale 10 seconds, and again hold it 10 seconds. It's a wonderful way to regulate and bring rhythm to your breathing. These are very simple exercises I'm talking about. Please make a note and they are doable. Doesn't take much time. It's up to you. The more you practice, the more benefit you will have. Friends, there are a number of other breathing exercise. Most of you may be knowing, but just to include the Anulom Vilom, that is alternate breathing. Breathe in from left, breathe out from right. Simple, but very, very helpful. I would like to add here about Anulom Vilom is, you see, many times we attach like and dislike to things. We have 5 senses. When we hear some good sound, it's very nice. When you hear some noise, not good. Like and dislike goes on and on, whether it is taste or smell or touch or whatever. How do we reduce that? Friends, let's understand, no amount of lectures has changed the habit of a person or behavior of a person. Next, I will explain that how we can change the behavior and attitude. Because most people say, oh, he is always like that. It will not change. But let me tell you, yes, we can. We can. By doing this simple exercise, we can change the behavior and attitude of a person. I always like to talk about some story. You know, there was one patient in ICU. Maybe he was VIP, so all good big doctors were there. And they were discussing. The patient was lying in ICU, and one very senior doctor, surgeon, he said, he is dead. Dead. That person was not dead. He was listening, but he was very weak. He was worried that they are declaring me dead. So with great difficulty, he pulled, the coat of the person who was, I am not dead. That she was a nurse or, some junior. You know what she said? You don't know anything. These are big doctors. They will decide. Friends, this is what is happening. People are setting trends in the society. I don't know whether you heard that advertisement, Unche Log Unchi Pasand. That means to become Unche Log, you need to eat tobacco. And that is what brainwashing is done. Every now and then, the child is told, Thanda matlab Coca-Cola. When you are thirsty, no need to take water. What are we talking about? What kind of trend we are setting? What big people do is always right, and I should follow that. If they are drinking, if they are smoking, I should do that. Then I will become a great person. We need to take a second look at all this. That's why I always try to tell this little story, and that helps you to remember and think in a different way. Diet and substance abuse. I suggest plant-based diet. If someone has diabetes, avoid or reduce or stop milk and milk products. I have treated many diabetic patients. I have reversed diabetes without medicine. I prescribe meditation and not medication. Friends, it is possible to reverse diabetes by practicing all these things. For diabetes, another exercise is anti-gravity exercise. Just climb one floor, stairs, 5 times, 10 times after the meal. Immediately sugar will come down. Very simple, but very effective. Green smoothie is what I recommend always. If you need a recipe of green smoothie, Jayshree will be happy to WhatsApp you the recipe. We have been taking for last, 5 years now? Every day, 300 ml in the morning. Absolute energy. Substance abuse, of course, tobacco and alcohol is not advisable. We are abusing our beautiful body. Yogasana is important. Please spare some time in helping your muscle to actually get the energy. You see, for muscles, exercise is the food. Whatever food we take, unless we do exercise, it does not go to muscles. So depending upon your age and capability, make some exercise schedule. Right. Now we come to the main topic of meditation. I would like you to note down, I'm going to talk about 11 steps. When someone says close your eyes and do meditation, what exactly we have to do? How do we do meditation? I will explain each step. I'll tell you why, what is the benefit of each step. Please make a serious note. Step number 1 will come later. I'll tell you later. Step number 2 is Tadasana. Just stretch 3 times. And we'll do a little bit of practical if you permit, because I believe practical is very, very important to experience. But with whatever little time I have, I will have to give a quick demo only. Right? Then we have bumblebee sound. That is, you inhale and with your mouth closed, you pronounce mm. Inhale. Mm. Try to feel the vibration on the top of the head. It's a wonderful way to start meditation. Next, step number 4. Oh yes, so stretching and Tadasana, you just inhale, raise your hand, simple. Sitting position can be on the chair, because nowadays we are not used to sit on the ground. So keep that as a separate exercise. You can sit on the chair and do it, or you can lie down and do it. The hands should be facing the sky. Hands should not face downwards, always upward. There are a number of mudras, whichever you want. The best is right hand over left hand and let it rest on the lap. That's it. If you are lying down position you can do meditation, but hands facing the sky. Step number 4 is relaxation. Friends, let me give one example. Suppose there is a fire. Extreme example, but just to understand, some people will say, run, there is fire. Some people will say, get water, let us douse the fire. This is called F&F reaction. Flight or fight. Continuously it goes on. Every day there is no fire, but there is always something different happens and F&F starts. You know, someone calls or some client or boss says something. If the person is senior, we will not be able to speak in front of him or her. We'll fly away. If the person is junior, hey, why don't you understand? How many times I told you? It goes on and on. Friend, what happens exactly when F&F reaction is there? And who is responsible for that? Let us understand from science point of view. We have nervous system in our body. The nervous system has 2 parts. Sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic nervous system, the job is to prepare ourselves for F&F. Like, for example, the fire is gone now. Either you're going to safe place, you run away, or you douse the fire. Is it necessary to remain in tension? We have to learn to relax. We have to learn to trigger parasympathetic nervous system. Please make a serious note. When the sympathetic nervous system triggers, the blood tube through which the blood is passing, the tube diameter reduces. And you know, if the tube diameter reduces, you have to exert more pressure. Who is pumping the blood? Heart. Heart is told, pump faster. And what we say? Oh, he has a BP problem. Oh, he or she has a high BP. Because that person has not learned to relax. When you trigger your parasympathetic nervous system, the tube diameter becomes normal. It's elastic wall. The blood pressure becomes normal. You must have seen many people, when they are angry, their face becomes, many times they are always like that. When you meet such a person, you don't feel like meeting. You don't feel like even introducing. Their faces become like that. Because they don't know how to relax. Because of the lifestyle, because of the pressure, we have forgotten that relaxation is important to be healthy and happy. We are talking about, all of us want to be healthy and happy. All of us has listened a lot of lectures, a lot of motivational people come. Don't become angry. You should not speak lie. Always speak truth. It doesn't really happen. Because we have to change from inside. So, please understand, the relaxation is the first prerequisite of meditation. There are two prerequisites. One is relaxation. How do we do that? How do we achieve relaxation? Very simple. Close your eyes and give relaxation command to your body. Starting from the big toe of your right foot, each muscle, right leg, right hand, left hand, back, neck, face muscles. Just close your eyes and concentrate on each part of your body. Relax, relax, relax. That's it. What we are doing? We are triggering parasympathetic nervous system. We are training. We are training again how to remain relaxed. You must have seen some leaders, in a tense situation, when other people are running around and shouting, this person is very calm and composed. He or she will say, oh, is this the problem? Let's do this. How? How he or she is so relaxed? Try to practice this. It's an isolated exercise. You can practice anywhere, anytime. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. It will help our body to relax and de-stress. Release all those tensions. Friends, make a serious note. There are 3 kinds of tension we are talking about. Physical tension, mental tension, and emotional tension. Emotional tension is even worse. We need to release all this tension, and for that, practice relaxation. Very simple, very effective, and time tested. Next step is very important. You see, many times we try to do meditation. You close your eyes, but thinking still goes on and on. In fact, the minute we get up in the morning, thinking starts until we retire in the night. Our mind has two kinds of power. Please make a note. One is thinking, and second, power of perception. Power of perception. Meditation is all about developing power of perception. Enough of thinking. We have done a lot. Let us train our mind to develop the power of perception. How? How do we do that? We practice perception of breathing, because breath is such a phenomena which is here and now. For example, let's say you are reading a book or a newspaper or something, and you read one paragraph, and then after some time you reread it. What happened? What happened? The mind was wandering. The mind wanders in two ways: time and space. Suddenly you will remember something, what happened 2 days back. He should not have told me like that. It's not my fault. Even 2 years back. The mind goes in the past or future. Tomorrow I'm going to do this. Next month I'm going to do this. What are you doing now? You're reading. Try to remain in presence. Breathing is always present phenomena. Yesterday I was busy. I forgot to breathe. I will take it now. You can't do that. And tomorrow I'm busy. Let me take 2-3 breaths today. You can't do that. That is why in this step, all you have to do is close your eyes and focus on the nostril. Experience the air coming in and going out. Experience inhalation and exhalation. That's all. Even when you sit for 10 minutes, and even if you are able to do 1 minute, that 1 minute thinking stops. Because our mind cannot do both. Our mind cannot do thinking and perception both. That is called the mindfulness or thoughtlessness. Meditation is all about developing thoughtlessness. Unfortunately, nobody is teaching this in the school or college. How to concentrate? If you are reading for 1 hour and if your mind is wandering 30 minutes, it's called 50% efficiency. All of you are professionals and engineers and business people. Nobody wants to work with 50% efficiency. Then why not we repair that? Why not we try to become 100% efficient by doing the simple exercise of perception of breathing? Friends, I would suggest take it seriously. It will improve concentration. Whatever work you are doing, is concentration not important? The mother will tell the child, exam is coming, read. But the child is never told how to read, how to concentrate. 5 minutes, 10 minutes exercise every day. It's an isolated exercise. Is it possible? Yeah? I think it is possible. Let's practice this. Let's practice this. Next, step number 6, I will skip. Step number 7. Step number 7 is all about emotions. Let me ask you, from where emotion is coming? Yeah, tell me. Huh? Thought, mind. It's a physiological phenomena. It's not an abstract phenomena. Experience. Hey, look. In our human body, we have digestive system, we have respiratory system, lungs and we have circulatory system, heart and the circulatory system and all that. Like that, we have many systems, right? Muscular systems and so on and so forth. Which is the controlling system? Absolutely. Thank you. Friends, if we know from where emotion is coming, we will be able to manage it. It is important for us to know that the endocrine system is the supreme system in our body, which controls every other system in our body, including emotions. Emotions are coming because of the hormone secretion from the ductless glands. I will repeat. Endocrine system consists of ductless glands. Most of you must have heard of thyroid, center of the neck. Thyroid is a ductless gland, part of the endocrine system. The hormone secreted by thyroid, if it is disturbed, the person will behave very erratically. The person will suddenly put on weight or will start losing weight and so on and so forth. Let me give you one example to understand endocrine system. You must have visited some manufacturing plant, factory. Typically, raw material comes in, the production takes place, the workers are there, machines are there, and the finished goods are made and sold. But at every stage, QC is done. And there are supervisor and manager which checks whether the input, the raw material is okay or not, whether the finished goods are done as per the specification or not, and so on and so forth. Friends, our human body is an amazing manufacturing plant. Our human body is an amazing factory. But let us understand, the workers are the lower glands. The sex gland or the gonads and the adrenal, they are the workers. Now in a factory, if the managing director never visits, what happens? If the manager never takes a round, what happens? Things will go haywire. If it is left to the workers. And that is exactly what is happening. The anger hormone is coming from the adrenal gland. The true glands, right kidney, there is right adrenal. Above left kidney, we have left adrenal. And that time, when the anger hormone is secreted, my God, that person will become angry. Irrespective whether you have done MBA or PhD or what. Because emotions has nothing to do with your qualification. Let us understand, to manage emotions, we must know from where it is coming and how we can control. We have the manager, that is thymus gland, center of the chest. Activate thymus gland. Well, close your eyes and just focus on center of the chest. Activating thymus gland is manager. Tell manager, come on, take a round. General manager, thyroid. Works manager, center of the neck. They never go. And who is the CEO? Pituitary, center of the eyebrows. Third eye. If you do Google search, you will find a lot of articles on third eye. Activate your pituitary gland. Is the CEO, the managing director. And the chairperson, pineal gland, center of the forehead. pineal, most powerful in our human body. Close your eyes and focus on center of the forehead. That is what meditation is all about. Once you have activated pineal and pituitary, they will secrete the right kind of hormone. That will in turn will control the hormones from adrenal and gonads. Meditation is all about getting the right hormones in the right dose at the right time. Time is too short, otherwise just to name it, dopamine is one very powerful hormone. Oxytocin. There are many such hormones which are made here. And that is why we must focus here. Meditation is all about concentrating your mind on the psychic centers or the ductless glands. We have the hypothalamus just above the pituitary, very powerful. We call it center of peace or Shanti Kendra. So step number 7 is all about focusing on the upper glands. That's all. That's it. Oh yeah. So, remember I said step number 1 I will tell you later. So what is step number 1? Friends, please make a serious note. Step number 1 in the meditation is decide your goal. Why you want to close your eyes and meditate? Why you want to do meditation? First you decide that. And then you do all that Tadasan and bumblebee sound and so on and so forth. I ask so many people, do you do meditation? Yes, I do. Why do you do meditation? No, just peace of mind. My God, this subconscious mind power is so fantastic. You can get what you want, provided you decide the goal. As all of us know, when we talk about goal, we always talk about SMART goal. Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic and timely. I want to get rid of my diabetes. Put a timeline, 3 months, 6 months, whatever. I want to get rid of my anger. Put a timeline. Be specific. It should be measurable goal. Once you understand SMART goal and start writing it down, let it take 2 days, 5 days. Do some homework, meet your mentor, find out. Set your goal and write it down clearly. This is what I want. Whether it is health related, whether it is getting some virtues. Health-wise, I am okay. I want to develop my willpower. I want to develop my intuition power. Amazing things can be done. That much of power we have in the subconscious mind. Meditation has nothing to do with subconscious mind. The job of conscious mind to analyze 5 senses. We are always so impressed with all the 5 senses, the listening and the seeing and the smell and touch and so on. It is about developing subconscious mind. That is why we close our eyes and sit still and look inside. So decide the goal and then do the meditation. Story time. Hey, listen. Since childhood, most of us have been told, give respect to elders, isn't it? In school, teachers, parents, uncle, auntie, give respect to elders. If some elder person comes, you stand up. You give respect, isn't it? But what? But if you are the elder person, and if the junior did not get up, how do you feel? You feel unhappy. We have attached happiness with his or her giving respect to us. Try to understand. Maybe he or she was not trained to give respect, or he or she is not coming from such a culture. If you have been in other Western countries, you know what I'm talking about. And we instantly become unhappy. The father is told the son or daughter will always listen to you, will obey you. And the day he or she does not obey the father becomes unhappy. Because we have trained our mind, we have brainwashed our mind that happiness is when people give me respect. I am the boss, I am very senior, you are very junior. You must get up when I come, you are not getting up, I am unhappy. Hey, is that correct? Is that happiness? Look at the bigger pictures. Try to understand and identify, define happiness. If you define happiness, I assure you, you'll be always happy because it is in your hand. You can decide. Let's continue with the steps. Friends, here I want to introduce color meditation. In scriptures, it is called Leshya Dhyan. Leshya Dhyan is all about visualizing bright colors. In science, in school, we have learned that the light is energy. It has a wavelength. Like red we can see, infrared we cannot see, but it is there. Violet we can see, ultraviolet we cannot see, but it is there. So many colors our eyes cannot see, but that frequency is there. It's energy, light is energy. There is a light energy surrounding our body. That energy is called aura. Aura. Aura is the energy field surrounding our body, and these are some examples of positive colors which we need to visualize. Close your eyes and visualize white color, like full moon white, full moon light, Purnima, cool light. It has a profound effect on our glands, which is secreting hormones, which is responsible for emotions. That is why bright peacock green color, peacock blue color, yellow color, and so on. These are the colors we do in the meditation. In this step, all you have to do is visualize colors. Next. Friends, you remember I said step number 1 is goal. When you decide your goal, you need to make a movie, make a video, make a play, put a script, players. Let me give you one example. Let's say I want to reduce my weight. That is a simple goal. So what kind of movie I can make? The movie I will make is, I have already achieved my goal, past tense, remember. Say for example, I am 80, I want to become 75, or I was 75. Don't make a goal of 75 to 40. That is not realistic. So, my goal is to reach 70. I am standing on a weighing scale. it is 70. I'm so happy. Feel that happiness. Make a video, put dialogues. My wife is saying, you look fit and fine. Oh, now let's try the old clothes. My friends are congratulating me. Such kind of movie, a video you make, and what? And project it on your mind screen. Who is going to watch that movie? Your subconscious mind. Because when you are doing meditation, the subconscious mind surfaces. Very powerful. You are telling clearly your subconscious mind what you want. And the subconscious mind will say, okay, you will get it. Tathastu. Then you open your eyes and do whatever you want. There will be an inner drive for you to achieve that goal. It will make you think like that. Such thought process will start. You will meet such people. The whole thing will fall in place and you will achieve that goal. That kind of power we are talking about. And that is what meditation is all about. It's called Anupreksha Dhyan. Anupreksha Dhyan, this is all there in the scriptures. All meditation systems are there hundreds, thousands of years back. But unfortunately, because of the Western influence, probably it has been, phased out, or I don't know. Visualize your goal, project on your mind screen. That is what the contemplation is all about. So, setting the goal, stretching, bumblebee sound, relaxation, perception of breathing. These are all prerequisite, isolated exercise, purva tayyari. Then the meditation starts. Then we have the internal trip, kundalini steps, perception of psychic centers, that is the ductless glands, the upper glands. Then we have the color and that therapeutic thinking. Therapeutic thinking is where project the movie and let your subconscious mind know. It takes it literally. The more detail you put, the more focus it becomes. Then open your eyes and rubbing and palming. And then last step number 11 is Vandana. Friend, this is very important step. You see, we must learn to bow down, kneel down 3 times. In kneel down position, touch your head to the ground. Why? Why step number 11 is important? Because the power which is developed should not be used for destruction. There are many people who have developed the power. They are so fantastic, powerful people. But you know the history, what they have done. They have done only destruction. That's why always kneel down and touch your head to the ground 3 times. That is all 11 steps, friend. I would like to see if there are, some story. Okay, 1 minute story. In a train, passengers were sitting, the old trains, the windows are there, and one passenger got up and closed the window. Another passenger got up and opened the window. I'm feeling hot. The other person closed. It's too much windy. It goes on. The other passengers were all, getting irritated. What are you doing? And then TC came. Hey, TC, come. Look. These people are fighting. So TC comes and looks at the window and calls both of them. Come here. Look at the window. There is no glass. 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 There is no glass what was happening. It was in the mind only. We have assumed so many things and we are fighting. Whether you close or open the window, it's not going to matter because there was no glass. Friends, this is what happens and we need to manage this kind of thing. It's all about EQ. We always discuss about IQ. What I am talking about is emotional quotient. If you want this presentation, send me a WhatsApp message. I will give you. Also, I have a WhatsApp group. If you want to join, we can continue the discussion. I'm very active on social media. I have 200 videos. Whatever I have been talking about, these videos are there. Thank you very much.